It's been absolutely forever since I've ranked the Halloween franchise, probably a couple of years. It's no better time to get back into it right now. So I am going to rank the entire Halloween franchise via tier list, and I implore you guys to join me in the comment section below. Give me your ranking of your favorite Halloween movies from the best all the way to the worst. Here, I'm going to rank it, like I said, via a tier list. And here are the categories. Up at the top, the best of the best is I give it 6 stars. Coming in next is going to be One Good Scare. Right in the middle, we got Solid as Smith's Grove. Down towards the bottom, we got Skull Fuckable. And finally, we got Peanut Butter on My Penis. That is the lowest of the low. I'm going to try to be as decisive as possible with this. I do not have these pre-ranked. This is all spur of the moment, but obviously, if you guys know me, if you know my channel, I know quite a bit about the Halloween franchise, but I'm not going to say I know more than you guys because you guys who watch these videos are super fans as well. So, goes without saying, this is my personal opinion. So if I, rank Halloween Ends and I give it 6 stars, please don't hunt me down and, kill me or, do something that Rob Zombie's movies would do to me. Don't do any of that. It's my personal rankings. This is all in good fun. And if my rankings offend you, well, guys, go fuck yourselves. It's just fucking YouTube, right? It's just Halloween. All right, let's have some fun. We're going to go right in order here. So we are going to start with Halloween 5. Halloween 5. Obviously, this is not going to go in. I give it 6 stars. It's not going to go there, right? We know that, okay? If you guys know me, I have a lot of issues with Halloween 5. I don't think it's the worst in the franchise, though. However, I do think Halloween 5 has some of the most unforgivable sins in the franchise. Whether you're talking about the Myers house, whether you're going to talk about Myers floating down the river, whether you're going to talk about Myers playing with the chain near a bubbler, whether you're going to talk about the Man in Black, whether you're going to talk about the clown cops or Tina, on, Mute Jamie, killing Rachel, on and on and on. It's not the worst in the franchise, but for me, it has the most unforgivable sins in the franchise, and this is when the franchise went downhill. So for me, Halloween 5, I'm sorry, you put peanut butter on my penis. All right, as I'm going through this, guys, too, if you're new here, do me a favor and consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get back into talking a lot more about Halloween as we approach and get into October. All right, let's go next. Halloween H2O from 1998. A lot of our first introduction to the franchise. Not me personally, but I know it was kind of a gateway to the franchise for a lot of fans. I have a lot of issues, again, with Halloween H2O. Mostly involving Myers, mostly involving the fact that it doesn't look like a Halloween movie. There's no atmosphere. Everybody's lit up like a Christmas tree. It's screamified. But I will say this about it. It does have my favorite version of Laurie Strode. So is that enough to get it out of having peanut butter on my penis? Well, yes. Yes, it is. And in fact, upon rewatch, I still had the same issues. However, I think it's aging better for me than some other movies have, and I think because I've hated on it for a long time, it's I have this vision of it in my head and how I feel about it in my head, and I watched it, and it wasn't half bad. The things that bothered me still bothered me, but I found more that the things that I like about it, I actually liked a little more. Starting, like I said, with Jamie Lee Curtis's portrayal of Laurie Strode, and maybe that's just because I hated the portrayal of Laurie Strode in the new movies. So Halloween H2O, we're gonna put up in solid as Smith's Grove. I thought it would be for sure Skullfuckable, but nope. I'm gonna move it into solid as Smith's Grove. All right, next we have. I'm going to make this a little bigger for us as we go through here. We have Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. All right, so this one, a lot of Halloween atmosphere in it, right? Pretty decent Myers, one of the most brutal Myers we have ever had. The most brutal Myers up until 1995, or as of 1995 when it came out, and up until the Rob Zombie movies. Where does this land for me? Well, once again, a lot of behind the scenes bullshit, just a lot of weird shit. Depending on which version you watch, Michael Myers rapes and impregnates his niece. Let me say that again. Michael Myers rapes and impregnates his niece. But, like I said, it's just oozing in Halloween atmosphere. There's a lot to like about this movie. For me, I believe, this is the first Halloween movie I saw in the theaters. I snuck in when I was really fucking little. For me, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, is going to join H2O in solid as Smith's Grove. All right, next we got a fan favorite. I'm talking Halloween 4. Halloween 4. For me, the worst mask in the franchise. The absolute worst mask. I know people say H5. For me, it's H4. I find it distracting. And I'm not even just talking, I'm not talking about the pink mask or anything like that. We can talk about the bandages. That would have been a better look all we want. I don't think it would have worked, but certainly would have been interesting. But Halloween 4, where does this land? For me, might have the most entertaining side characters in the franchise, certainly the most likable. I'm a big fan of Brady. I know he fucked up with Rachel, but he tried redeeming himself and cost him, his life, similar to Cameron in Halloween Kills. But big fan of Brady, big fan of Rachel, obviously. Big fan of Jamie Lloyd. This is my favorite version of Loomis. He's batshit crazy here. Not H5 crazy, but pretty, he's been through this before. Some of the daytime scenes where Loomis is kind of tracking down Myers as they approach Haddonfield is some of my favorite shit in the entire franchise. So for me, Halloween 4 is going to go all the way up into one good scare. I can't put it up at the top. I can't give it the 6 stars because I don't think it belongs there. I think Halloween 4, for as many good things as I just mentioned about it, I think it kind of gets a free pass with some shit. Oh, and we got to talk about the ending. The ending's fucking fantastic. I could talk about some of these movies for more than one video, but we're going to keep going. All right, Halloween 3. Let's talk Halloween 3. A lot of people are loving this movie now. A lot of people still hate this movie. For me, I love this movie. I'm moving this all the way up into one good scare. This is a staple in my house every October. I'm starting to watch horror movies every night now again as we approach Halloween, but I have to wait till the calendar flips to October for this because this just, once again, oozes in Halloween atmosphere. Halloween, the season I'm talking about. The plot is batshit crazy. Some of it's fucking ridiculous, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. But my God, is it a fun ride. Chalice is fun to root for, even though he might not be a good person. He is perfect for this movie. Terrible father, by the way. And, Conal Cochran, he's a badass bad guy. He's no Myers, obviously, but shit, he might be worse, right? Halloween 3, batshit crazy in a good, fun way. Oh boy. Halloween ends time. Halloween ends. Well, guys, you know what they say. When I want to piss people off, I'm going to piss people off. So this is going to go all the way up, and I get... No, sorry, guys. I am pro Halloween Ends. I really am. I love what they did with Corey Cunningham. I thought that was fascinating. I was invested in the story. I was invested in his characterization, and I thought it was a really well-made movie. Now, it's a movie that should not have been the third entry in a trilogy. When you're just introducing this shit, it's a movie that they shouldn't have billed as the final Michael versus Laurie just to have a stupid kitchen fight in the last 10 minutes. It's a movie with a lot of problems. A lot of them I can forgive, but a lot of them I cannot. So for me, this is a movie everyone loves or hates, right? And nobody's in the middle. I like it. I'm in the middle. I'm going to be that rare person in the middle. I'm going to say solid as Smith's Grove. Now, this would have been higher if it wasn't the third act in a trilogy. This would have been, lower if, I didn't get invested in certain things I got invested in. But for me, it's right in the middle, and I think eventually it's going to find its audience. Right now, we're still in the argument mode, where people love to hate it or love to love it, or only love it because everyone else hates it, or only hates it because everyone else loves it. Fandom's fascinating like that. But eventually, when we start getting some new Halloween movies, and we will, people are going to go hate on those and start, recognizing the David Gordon Green trilogy for what it is, which is pretty solid, even though it has a lot of fucking problems. So yeah. All right. Speaking of the David Gordon Green trilogy, let's get to the first act of that trilogy. I'm talking about Halloween 2018. Uh, Very interesting movie for me. When I first saw this in the theaters, I fucking loved it. I remember texting someone saying, "Oh my god, best sequel since Halloween 2." And then it aged poorly for me a little after that, pretty quickly. I've since come around again on it, and I am gonna put it up in One Good Scare. I think it's a really, really good Halloween movie. Now, it's really missing Loomis, right? It just is missing Loomis. Unfortunately, we'll never get that again. But for me, I think it's a really good Halloween movie. All right, let's get to Halloween 1978. I am probably going to surprise you guys with this. No, I'm not actually. This is going up into, I'd give it 6 stars. It's Halloween 1978. What the fuck do you want me to say here? Do you want me to talk about all the good things about it? Do you want me to nitpick on it? It's Halloween 1978. You guys know my thoughts on Halloween 1978. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. One of my favorite movies of all time. It's why we're all here, right? It's why you're watching this video. It's why I am, I made this channel because of Halloween 1978. I just did. Halloween 1978, such a great film, and there's just so much good. There's just so much good with it. It's Halloween 1978. Come on, people. All right, let's get to Rob Zombie's remake from 2007. I think this is another movie I hated at first, and then I grew to appreciate it, and I still appreciate it after about the first 30 minutes or so. That beginning is a slog to get through. It's embarrassing to get through. It's not my fucking Halloween, right? It's not my type of Halloween movie. It just isn't. But Rob did a lot of good things here. I think Rob's a very talented director, an excellent director, I would almost say. It's just his writing gets in the way. Like, we don't need some of this shit. We don't need the skull fuck shit. We don't need raping and all kinds of shit. I know it happens in real life. I know it does. But can we just leave that shit out, Rob? For me, this is going to go in solid as Smith's Grove. There's enough to like here, including, the Shape Stocks theme and some of the stuff from the second half of the movie. There's enough to like here where I think it belongs in the middle. All right, now we're going to talk about a movie that I think has some high highs and very low lows. I'm talking about Halloween Kills. First of all, the flashback scene alone is worth the price of admission. Just fucking incredibly done. Absolutely incredibly done. All the Myers scenes are excellent in this. He's lit amazingly. He is badass and pissed off. The firefighter escape, excellent. But then there's the hospital shit. I fast forward through that every fucking time. I can't watch it. It's unwatchable to me. The dialogue in this, fucking terrible. Not even just talking about the Evil Dies Night bullshit. There's just so much crap in this movie. It's a horribly written movie, horribly paced movie. And I think it is extremely weak as far as, just cohesiveness of a movie. I think Anthony Michael Hall was absolutely god-awful as Tommy Doyle. Like, god-awful. And once again, unwatchable. He's that bad. So where does this belong? For me, I want to put this in Skullfuckable. And I know people love Halloween Kills. I know they do. I want to put it in Skullfuckable. That's how much the bad shit pisses me off. But I can't with that flashback stuff. So it's going to join the rest in solid as Smith's Grove. Let's get to Halloween Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection, the movie that ruined the franchise. Until the remake, and then it came back. It's Halloween. It's always going to keep coming back, right? This is a terrible movie. It's fucking terrible. For me, it doesn't piss me off as much as Halloween 5, so it's going to be the first entry into Skullfuckable. I think Brad Lurie's all right as Myers. I think, there's some scenes where he's well lit, like especially at the beginning. The Laurie death at the beginning, like, I'm totally cool with killing Laurie Strode off, but the way they did it was stupid as fuck. The explanation for Myers returning, stupid as fuck. All the shit in the Myers house with the Dangertainment, stupid as fuck. It's just a bad movie, but it doesn't piss me off like Halloween 5 does. It doesn't insult me. It is what it is. All right, we got a couple Halloween 2s left. Let's save 1981 for last, and let's go with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. there are some decent things in this movie. Mostly Brad Dourif and Danielle Harris. And I'm not even the biggest Danielle Harris person, but I think she's pretty good in this movie. But the rest of it, it's just boring as fuck, and it's trashy. This is joining peanut butter on my penis. It's that bad. I don't even have anything else to say about it because it's fucking terrible. It's boring. Every time I watch it, I want to fall asleep until you start hearing someone get raped or skull crushed or whatever. It's fucking terrible. So that belongs with peanut butter on my penis. And finally, Halloween 2, 1981. Should this go in? I give it 6 stars. You guys know I love Halloween 2. I love Haddonfield Memorial. I love the Loomis stuff in this. I love everything about this movie. So should it go in? I give it 6 stars. As much as I want it to, I can't. I think it's my favorite sequel in the franchise. I sometimes will watch it more in a season than Halloween 1978. But I feel Halloween 1978 is so much more superior to everything else in the franchise that it belongs in its own tier. So Halloween 2 is clearly the closest, because of Dean Cundy, because you had the band back together, all that stuff. It's clearly the closest to Halloween 1978, but there's still just a rung below for me. So that is my ranking of the Halloween franchise as of end of September 2024. Like I said, tell me your ranking down in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one.